What up, guys? Quickdraw McGraw here from Quickdraw Comics. So, for this episode today, I'm going to be talking about how I painted my Boston Terrier, Bella. And so, I thought that the most appropriate way to paint her was as a highly decorated military general. So, Boston Terriers, for those of you that might not know the breed, they are very small, but they can carry themselves like they're in charge of absolutely everything. So, I'm going to take you through the entire process that I use to paint Bella. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you and show you how you can paint your dog. And if you're interested in me, Ben, doing a custom painting of your dog, I can do that for you. And you can go to Ben at quickdrawmcgrawcomics.com. So Ben at quickdrawmcgrawcomics.com. All right. So when I went through this whole process, like I talk about in paintings, I started with the eyes. And so I thought, if you paint anything, dog, human, anything, reptile, it doesn't matter, starting with the eyes and capturing the spirit of whatever it is the most important thing. So I focused on her eyes first, and then I focused on her face. And so, as you're going to see here in the picture of my dog Bella, once you see that, you'll see that I truly captured her and her face and her eyes and her spirit. Okay. And then what I did was to make the painting really fun and funny, was that I put her in a military uniform, and then I added medals, and I added the red sash, and I guess it was like sort of like a war plan or something like that, or map that she would have, almost like she was Napoleon or something like that, or that was going out on the battlefield. Okay, so after all that happened, then I really started to see her through this. And the other thing that I learned from this whole process was that, as I said before, there's a huge market for people that are interested in having their dogs painted. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And I'm going to show you a little graphic as to what those reasons are. So, with that market, it's a huge, huge market. So, what's happened, which was funny, is I'll show you a little picture of my wife's dog, and it's a teddy bear named Barbie. Teddy bear is the name of the breed. Mostly Bichon Frise is the name, is mostly the breed, and then Shih Tzu. Those It's a combination of Bichon Frise and Shih Tzu, and that's what the teddy bear is. So she's this white poof dog, and so you'll see a picture of her. So she wanted me to show Barbie, and you're going to see this in a military outfit as well. And then my mother-in-law, she wanted to see her dog, Saint, in a military uniform as well. So it was like this snowball effect of like people wanting to see their dogs in the same kind of outfit. So there you go. So here's Bella, and this is what inspired it all. Okay, so I am going to now take you in step by step the process that I went through to paint Bella. It's about 7 minutes. I did one segment and then I kind of stopped, and then I picked it back up, and then I showed the rest. And then at the end of it all, I'll show you the final painting, and then I'll give you a little information that on how you can do it yourself if you want to go like by very simple kind of step-by-step methodology that is very guided. And then again, if you're interested in having me do that for you, I can do that as well. And so I will leave it here. So we're going to go on to now the process that I went through to paint Bella. All right, guys. So I started this last night, and I just kind of wanted to walk through with you where I am. So I'm doing a Boston Terrier General, I guess. I have a Boston Terrier Bella. So this is eventually what it's going to look like, and it's pretty cool. but it's from Davincified, as you can see here. I'll show you where to buy it. And these are the colors that match here. So just like before, I'd shown you on one of these, you just label it according to the number. And then that allows you to then go and pick the actual color. So like for, let's see here, 26, it's actually going to be in this extra little thing that they have here. And so then that's 26. So I wanted to just kind of take you through at least a little bit of where I am, just to kind of give you a hands-on look. I went to Michael's just now, and I got some of these paintbrushes here. So these are acrylic, and they're like $3 each. So, and these are really, really fine tip, which is good because in here you're going to find a lot of fine sort of spaces that you need to paint. Okay, so I got a bunch of these, $3 each, not bad. And then for some of the bigger areas, I got this pack, which is an 8-pack piece. It's got some bigger brushes size in there. Actually, you can probably hear my Boston Terrier walking by, Bella. So I'll show you guys a picture of her in a little bit. But I guess people like to see this on social media. But I'm gonna open up one of the packs here. Got my trusty scissors. I obviously don't cut your brush, right? So I'm gonna open this up. Now, what happens with brushes is what'll happen is you'll have at the top here, they have like a little protective coat or thing or cylinder. So just know that. And then I'm gonna pop off those. And then I'm going to take that off. Now let's see what kind of brush this is. I have no idea if these are any good, but I'm going to take the finest tip one, which is this one right here. I think these are just kind of generic. Okay, so let me do this. Let's try 25. Okay, so that's going to be up here. So that's going to be this color. Okay. What I like to do, just kind of like anything, is like I like to go left to right, just because um, if you go, it just so you're painting, and so you're always not in the paint itself. Now, last night I just kind of focused on over here because I wanted to show how to paint the face and kind of get into that. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and I'm going to do the eyes again. So I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to go to 13. Um, so this is pretty key, right? So we always talk about the eyes. So let's see if I can do it. Now, I had really bad paintbrushes, so I didn't trust my paintbrushes. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay. Okay, so that's 13. Now we're going to go over here. We're going to go 13. Yeah, so you're going to need some really fine tip brushes. All right, guys. Here we go, day 3 of working on the Boston Terrier General. So, yeah, I mean, as I said before, I mean, we're on episode 24 of this channel, and I'm basically creating and designing each artwork piece for each episode, so you can understand, how much time I put into these things. So this is not a really simple YouTube channel where you just, but anyways, so let's get going on this again. I'm going to paint a little more today. Again, top and right done. I filled in more dog, and then a little more of the uniform, and then I will, we'll just keep going from there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the ears maybe first, and then I'm going to move down into the face, just for purposes of not running my hand over the paint. So maybe I'll knock out this, and then I'll knock out the ears. So let's get going. All right, guys, we're back. So hopefully you enjoyed that whole video on how I painted Bella and took you through that entire process. So you see here the final painting itself. And so, it's funny, I have Lobo here, which is him and his dog. So even Lobo loves the dog, right? So I think that's super funny. Anyways, so this here is General Bella, okay? Commander of the couch, protector of the treats, always looking for treats, and the undefeated enemy of suspicious noises outside. However, Barbie is really the leader of that charge, and I think she's always on perch looking for anybody out there that is going to invade the house or something like that. So I just love how ridiculous and regal looking this painting turned out. It was really fun. I hope that you have a good time potentially painting your loved one animal, your furry loved one animal. We all love our dogs. So, this was a fun episode. Um, Hopefully you got a lot out of this. This is not in the comic book genre. Anyways, that's it. So, General Bella, hope you enjoyed this episode. Reach out to me if you have any questions, and we will catch you next time. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. We need to get this word out and boost the number of subscribers for this channel. All right, guys. Awesome. Bye.